I'm Deborah Locke, and I would like to ask about the ramifications of this. What's going to happen to our property values? Who's going to take care of the dam, etc. I'd also like to hear your viewpoint on this. And I get the feeling, no disrespect intended, that Mr. Masters is a dissenting vote sometimes. So I would like to ask your ramifications and where you stand regarding this. Are you a part of the lawsuit, and how does this benefit, if you do believe that this lawsuit will benefit Lake Holiday? How so?
Me first. Okay, I said I wasn't going to speculate, but I'm going to speculate just a little. Let's speculate that we lost. It lost in its entirety. It lost in its entirety, including the 13 demands the plaintiffs have made. Immediately we would be A, out of business, and B, bankrupt.
So our property values are definitely going to suffer.
I didn't say that, so let me finish. We would be out of business and bankrupt on the surface. And that's the way we would start out. However, let me say that this board has worked hard to figure out what would happen to them. Again, this is only speculation. Our attorneys are still highly confident in their arguments in opposition to this suit. But if we were to lose, this board has worked diligently to try to identify the options that would be available to us in that eventuality. We have identified two options. I'm not going to give them names, and I'm not going to describe them to you. But we have two paths to pursue in case this happens, and those paths will be pursued to the greatest extent and with the greatest diligence that we know how, because we all have a huge stake in this game. We've all got property, we've all got a commitment to this community, we all enjoy the community, and we all want to protect it. So this board is going to continue to pursue those two options, develop them for the eventuality that we might lose this case. And one of those two options, I believe, if not both of those two options, will be sufficient to reestablish ourselves in such a way that we can manage this association, we can manage this community, and we can manage our affairs to protect your property values. Is that a commitment? No, but that's my belief that we can achieve that. And it certainly is a commitment that this board is going to make every possible attempt to do that, because we've got the same stake you all do. That's about all I can say. Mr. Masters has been asked to comment on, would you repeat your request?
Yes, I may be wrong in this, but a lot of times I feel like we have an opposite viewpoint from the board. And I'd like to know what you think will happen to the subdivision. I disagree with the fact of not speculating. Every time we enter into war, or every time our government does something, we speculate on the worst case scenario. We speculate on what would happen if we did not win. So speculation is just within human nature. And I'm interested in the worst case scenario. Are we going to have our gate? Who's going to take care of the marina, and that sort of thing. And I'd like to know whether you feel like this lawsuit would be an advantage or a disadvantage.
Well, thank you for asking. What was your name?
Deborah Locke.
Deborah Locke.
Yes.
You are the
Yes,
wife
I am.
of- Okay. First of all, I'm not involved in the lawsuit.
Okay.
Okay. Because Wayne Poyer doesn't divulge all the details of the lawsuit, I can't really give you a straight, good answer. From what I have read and what I've absorbed and what's available on my website, the Virginia Supreme Court not only has had 2 cases, but 3 cases that are right parallel to Lake Holiday's issue. They have gone against Lake Holiday. I'm, like you, a resident. I live in Lake Holiday. I have a tremendous investment here, and I don't want to jeopardize my values any more than you do. Okay? my personal opinion, that however this goes, at no time would Lake Holiday become open to the public. It doesn't work that way. There's other mechanisms. We would never have to do away with the gate. There's nobody here, including myself, I believe, I can't speak for them, that has an issue with paying dues. How much the dues should be relative to how much we spend and where we're spending it has a lot to do with what the actual thing. Do I feel there's overspending in the community? Absolutely. I could sit down with you and go through a number of issues and say quite a bit of money. But other than that, there's really not too much I can say. I do have some questions for Mr. Poyer.
We'll recognize you to answer a question.
Excuse me.
I will come back to you to ask more questions.
If you don't mind me finishing my conversation, I do have several questions.
Bill, you were recognized to answer a question and ask questions.
At the appropriate time when they permit me to ask those questions, I will.
Well, I appreciate your honesty. Like I said, I get the feeling that you're